We all know that life can be a winding, unpredictable journey. We start out with dreams, ambitions, and plans. Yet, somewhere along the way, many of us realize that the pursuit of external success often leaves us feeling empty. We go after the wrong things, chase the wrong dreams, or fail to recognize that the answers were right in front of us all along. But what if I told you there were 5 essential tricks to living a more fulfilling, perfect life that most of us only understand later on? What if you could understand these tricks today, rather than waiting until it's too late? Today, we'll take a deeper dive into these tricks, using timeless wisdom, especially the teachings of Stoicism, to explore how we can live more peacefully, contentedly, and wisely. Most of us know the feeling, the pressure of life, the demands, the never-ending to-do lists. You've probably experienced those moments of feeling out of control, unsure of what to focus on, and just tired of trying. What if I told you that there's a way to gain control over these moments, to make better choices, and, most importantly, to live with peace of mind? 1. Focus on what you can control. The first trick to a more perfect life starts with understanding something crucial. There's only so much within your control. And this is a lesson most of us don't learn until we're much older. Let me ask you, how much time have you spent stressing over things that you simply cannot change? How much mental energy have you wasted on things beyond your control? Picture this. You're driving to an important meeting, and suddenly, traffic comes to a complete stop. You can feel your heart rate rise, the anxiety building. Will I make it on time? Will this ruin my day? But, if you think about it, this moment is out of your hands. You could scream, stress, or get anxious, but would that change the outcome? Of course not. Here's the Stoic wisdom: focus only on what you can control. Everything else is beyond your power. The Stoics teach us that true peace of mind comes from acknowledging this fact. If we let go of what we can't change, we free ourselves from unnecessary stress and frustration. Epictetus, the Stoic philosopher, said it best: we cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them. Think about how many times you've spent energy trying to change others, or trying to control a situation that you couldn't. Now, imagine if you spent that energy on something you could change, such as your mindset, your reactions, your behavior. Life would be far less exhausting. 2. Cultivate gratitude and contentment. The second trick to living a perfect life is something simple yet incredibly powerful: gratitude. But not just any gratitude for what you have right now. If you're constantly looking outward for more, you'll never feel content. This is another lesson many people realize much too late in life. How many times have you found yourself comparing your life to someone else's? Maybe you're scrolling through Instagram, and there's that one friend who always seems to have it all together: perfect body, perfect job, perfect life. It can feel like everyone else is living better than you. But here's the thing: while comparison can make you feel inadequate, gratitude can shift your entire perspective. The Stoics were masters of cultivating contentment. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic emperors, often reminded himself to be grateful for the simplest things. He would reflect on the blessings of life, even during difficult times. In fact, his morning ritual involved listing things he was grateful for, such as his ability to walk, his health, the relationships he cherished. If someone like Marcus Aurelius could find gratitude during challenging times, surely we can, too. The more we focus on what we already have, which is our health, relationships, our daily moments of joy, the more content we become. In the end, happiness doesn't come from external possessions, it comes from appreciating what's already in front of us. 3. Live according to your values, not society's expectations. The third trick to living a perfect life is to live authentically, in alignment with your values, not society's expectations. Too many of us are chasing goals that society tells us we should want: the high-paying job, the fancy car, the ideal body. But these external goals often don't bring the fulfillment we expect. Consider the countless people who, after achieving success, feel a deep emptiness. Maybe they climbed the corporate ladder, but when they reached the top, they realized it wasn't where they wanted to be. The Stoics would say that this happens because they were pursuing external goals that weren't aligned with their true values. Living authentically, according to your values, is the path to true fulfillment. It's not about what others expect from you, it's about what brings you peace. When you align your actions with your core beliefs, you'll experience a deeper sense of meaning, no matter what others think. 4. Practice emotional resilience. The fourth trick to a perfect life is practicing emotional resilience. Life will inevitably throw challenges your way. Loss, disappointment, failure, it's all part of the journey. But the key to thriving through adversity is emotional resilience. Stoicism teaches us that we can't control everything that happens to us, but we can control how we respond. Imagine losing a job, something that feels like a personal failure. It's easy to fall into a negative spiral. But instead of reacting with anger or defeat, you can choose to respond with resilience. You can ask, what can I learn from this experience? What can I do to grow stronger? Stoics believe that everything, even hardship, is an opportunity for growth. Seneca, a great Stoic philosopher, said difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body. Life's challenges aren't here to break us, they're here to build us. By practicing emotional resilience, you can handle life's ups and downs with grace and courage. 5. Understand the temporary nature of life. Finally, the fifth trick for living a perfect life is to truly understand the temporary nature of life. Nothing lasts forever, not our successes, not our failures, and certainly not our time on this earth. The Stoics often reflected on death to remind themselves to live fully in the present moment. Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius would often remind himself that life is fleeting and that death could come at any time. This wasn't meant to be morbid, but rather a way to remind him to live each day with purpose, to appreciate the beauty around him, and to make every moment count. These 5 tricks to a perfect life may not seem revolutionary, but they are powerful because they give you a roadmap for a life that is peaceful, fulfilling, and full of meaning. These lessons are not always learned early, but now you have the chance to apply them. What will you choose? Will you chase fleeting success, or will you create a life of true, lasting happiness? The choice is yours. For more wisdom and life-changing insights, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Let's continue this journey together and create the life you deserve.